Today on Another World.
I remember there was a struggle, and there was a gunshot, and then he was lying on the ground. Maybe dead, I don't know.
That's not quite the whole story, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I don't suppose you have to remember just what you were doing in the barn in the first place.
He's your son, Mac. Now, if somebody wanted to get to you, for whatever reason, what better way than to go through Jamie?
So are you saying that you think someone is trying to sabotage the whole project? Not that the idea hasn't occurred to me more than once, believe me.
Well, there are hourly rates, and there's an unlimited rate.
Unlimited?
Yeah. That's when the client has retained the services of the escort for a period of up to 24 hours.
And the unlimited is the most common, isn't it?
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Dr. Delaney is with a patient right now, but she should be here shortly.
That's all right. I didn't have an appointment anyway. I just thought I'd drop by.
All right, look, why don't you make yourself comfortable?
Thank you.
Okay?
You all right?
Yeah, I think so.
We didn't have an appointment, did we?
No, I was here to see Dr. Wagner. I was early, so I thought I'd drop by.
Oh, I'm glad. I love to see you. I'm glad you did that. Mitch, something happened. What?
Yeah, I just remembered something. Something important.
Jason's going to Phoenix for a while to observe one of the services there. And we don't want to lose any time when he's gone.
Okay, well, how can I help you?
I want you to teach Blaine everything she needs to know about the operation.
Well, Sure, of course, Mr. Scott. I'd be happy to.
Good. Well, I don't want to be in your way here, so I think I'll be heading back to the arena. You listen to Melissa. Okay, honey? You can learn a lot from her. I know you're going to do a terrific job, just like everything else. And that's why Jess and I have such faith in you, baby. So, you two girls enjoy yourselves, get lots done, and I'll be anxious to hear how much you've learned.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
Well, I thought you didn't want to have anything to do with the escort service.
I don't.
And Jordan said that you didn't have to.
I guess he changed his mind.
But he knows how you feel.
Oh, yes. He knows all right.
Police report concludes it was an accident on the docks. There's no evidence of foul play.
I suppose I should feel relieved.
But you don't?
No. I'm still not absolutely convinced. It's just too much of a coincidence.
Well, are you going to continue the investigation?
I certainly intend to have it followed up as soon as Jamie gets back.
I want you to know how bad I feel about Jerry alarming you that way.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. Jerry thought that he was acting to the best interest of Jamie.
I believe that's true. But, you know, it really disturbs me that he went off half-cocked the way he did. He certainly should have come to me first. We could have checked it out more thoroughly before putting you through that.
Yeah, well, don't be too harsh on him. He's been through a lot of personal tragedy lately.
I know. First, Margot's death, and then his fight with Larry Ewing.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Well, apparently Ewing blames Jerry for his problems with the police department.
Why should he blame Jerry?
Well, he feels that if Jerry had been more supportive in his talk with the police commissioner, that, well, he wouldn't have had to resign.
I see. Tell me, Brian, do you think that Larry could go back into the police department?
I don't know why.
Do you think you could find out?
I could try.
You know, the police work was Larry's whole world there for a while. If he could get back into the department, I think it'd be worth trying at least.
You want me to check with Zachary Colton?
Would you do that?
Well, of course. But I'm not sure that I'll get any straight answers out of Colton.
Thank you, Brian.
Glad to do it, Mac.
Oh, and Brian,
Yes, Mac.
remember, don't be harsh on that kid. He needs you for a friend right now.
I remember the night of the shooting. At least a portion of it.
Is it beginning to make some sense now?
It answers some of the questions, yeah.
Well, tell me about it.
I don't remember being shot, but I remember lying on the floor. And there was a lot of blood. Mine, I guess. There was a gun. There was a struggle. And there was a gunshot, and this guy was just lying there. I wasn't moving at all, and then I remember leaving, and that's where it stopped.
Well, but that's a lot. I mean, that's almost a complete recall.
Well, I mean, some of it's there, but there are still some blank places.
Do you know who the guy was? It'd be understandable if you didn't.
Why?
Because he was probably, you know, a stranger, someone that you didn't know.
Makes sense.
I'm really quite excited about this. You know, your memory seems to be coming back. Not just in short, quick flashes, but complete incidents now.
Yeah, but... No, I mean, it's there, but there's still spaces.
Yes, but it's enough to give you a pretty good sense of what happened that night.
Well, in that case, then I've got to assume that whatever I did in self-defense.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Are you positive you're remembering everything accurately?
No, I mean, it's clear right now. I mean, it's like I see it right in front of me. And I've got to believe that that's what happened. But it's hard for me to trust and know what it is that I know at this point, the way things have been for the last months. But I keep seeing it over and over. So I've got to believe that that's what happened.
Yeah, you have to trust that feeling. You do.
I don't exactly have any other choice, do I?
No. What are you going to do with this knowledge you have? Are you going to just keep it to yourself, do you think?
No. No, I think I'm going to use it.
How?
I think I'm going to see Zachary Colton. I have a feeling that he wants to try to nail this rap on either me or Rachel. But I think with what I know, that ought to be able to clear up something.
Well, how were Amanda and Matthew? I missed them so.
Oh, they're just perfect as always, just fine.
Rachel okay?
Just fine. But I have a feeling you're really asking more.
I'm worried about her.
Why, Ada?
Well, because she's about to make a big mistake, and I don't seem to know how to stop her.
Are you talking about her feelings about Cecile?
Yeah, well, she's got a point about Cecile. You know, I'm not too crazy about her myself. And I don't like Jamie getting mixed up with her again.
I know you don't. But I tell you, I believe Cecile is changing. Or has changed. I've had several conversations with her about Jamie. She tells me she cares for him a great deal, and he for her.
I don't think Cecile can change.
Well, I think one should give her a chance.
Cecile's not the whole problem. Rachel has got to stay out of Jamie's life. She's got to let him make his own decisions, right or wrong.
I couldn't agree with you more. I've told Rachel over and over exactly the same thing.
But she won't listen to you.
You know, I think she's having trouble letting Jamie go.
Is there anything we can do?
Well, I'll talk to her again, if you think it'll help.
I don't know if it will or not. But I do know that if she interferes, it's going to do just the opposite from what she wants it to do. It might even split up this family. You really don't want to be doing this, do you?
No, I don't, but I'd better do what Jordan says, so let's just get on with it, okay?
Sure. Whatever you want.
I didn't say that's what I wanted. I just want to get it over with.
Okay. Well, where should we start?
At the beginning. I don't know anything about escort services.
Well, do you know what services are provided?
I've got an idea.
Well, listen, Blaine, you know there are some services that are legitimate.
Is this one legitimate?
Well, let's say that a businessman needs an escort for a business function, or maybe even a woman needs a male escort to accompany her to the ballet. Well, we can provide them with personable and attractive escorts.
And what about the other services?
Do yourself a favor, Blaine. Don't think about them. Okay, look, inside this book are all of the available escorts, male and female.
So, how do potential clients even know about us?
Well, initially, we're going to be advertising in the local papers, specialty publications, the yellow pages. Word of mouth travels pretty fast.
Okay, then what happens?
Well, once the client calls in, I guess that's going to be you and me. We bring this book to the client. They select the escort that they want, and we explain the rates to them.
And they are?
Well, there are hourly rates, and there's an unlimited rate.
Unlimited?
Yeah. That's when the client has retained the services of the escort for a period of up to 24 hours.
And the unlimited is the most common, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I hate this. I just hate it.
I know. Took me a long time to get used to it, too.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to it.
You will, Blaine. Because you have to.
How do you get used to something like this?
You're going to stop thinking about what happens after we have set up the appointment.
How can you not think about it?
Because in our line of work, you learn to turn away. I mean, you learn not to see certain things. And that's it. That is what you have to do if you want to survive.
I never thought it would be like this.
I know. They suck you in so slow. And then when you finally reach the time where you want to say, no, that's it, enough, it's already too late. Accept it, Blaine. You're trapped. And I'm trapped.
It wasn't meant to be this way. I didn't mean it to turn out like this.
None of us ever did. And the really awful thing, I mean, the real horrible part is that you start to feel so isolated, so alone. Because who are you going to talk to? I mean, the minute you talk to anybody, you've already put them in danger, too.
Yeah, I know.
Listen. I don't know if this is going to help you at all, but if you ever need somebody to talk to, somebody who has been in this a long time, I'm here. Because when the chips are down, you really don't have anybody else.
Why this sudden interest in Larry Ewing?
Mac Cory asked me for information about him.
I see. So the king is checking up on his loyal subjects, is he? Ah, well, in that case, by all means, let me explain the situation to you. Larry was not fired. Larry Ewing resigned.
Well, let's not get into a semantic argument, shall we?
Well, nothing to do with semantics. A very clear difference between being fired and resigning, don't you think?
Well, if he simply resigned, then he could go back to the department, couldn't he?
That might be a little difficult.
Oh, then it really wasn't a simple resignation after all, was it?
Actually, Brian, the department was going to conduct a full-scale investigation, which probably would have resulted in Ewing's being fired, charges brought against him.
But they didn't investigate.
No, I'm happy to say I was able to prevent that.
You?
Yes, I persuaded them just to let Larry resign so that he wouldn't have to go through the humiliation of that kind of investigation. You know?
Oh, and of course you did all this for Larry's benefit. Hmm?
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see a reason why the guy should have to go through that kind of, well, to be treated unjustly, you know, unfairly.
You know, your concern for justice always overwhelms me, Colton.
Thank you.
Now, you say it would be difficult for Larry to return to the force?
Impossible, I should think. Now, come on, Brian. His behavior wasn't what you might call exemplary, now, was it?
Well, in what way?
Well, to accept that kind of money from someone like Jordan Scott, I mean, that's a little questionable, don't you think?
Well, even if it was just a loan, as Larry says.
Oh, Brian, now come on, don't be so naive. A $20,000 loan on a policeman's salary with no collateral and no strings attached. I mean, that does stretch credulity just a bit, don't you think? And then, of course, there was a question of Larry's behavior in the little Cory frame incident at Green Gables. I mean, his behavior there was hardly what you might call on the side of the law. In fact, he seemed to be aiding the criminals in that case.
Well, that's a rather harsh accusation, especially in view of the fact that neither Cory nor Frame were criminals.
No, but their behavior at the time was highly suspect. It looked like old Larry was just in there helping them out.
Well, you can't prove that.
Actually, Brian, I think I could prove it. Would you like me to open a full-scale investigation on Ewing at the time?
If you'd like. And at the same time, perhaps I should investigate why you kept Jamie Frame in prison for 2 weeks after all the charges against Rachel Cory had been dropped. Come in.
Excuse me, Mr. Colton, but Mr. Blake is here. He says it's important he speak with you.
Thank you. This is the complete report on the dock accident?
Yes, sir. Is there some problem?
I don't know yet. Thank you for your help.
Well, Mr. Blake, Mr. Colton.
Brian?
How are you, Mitch?
Oh, I think there's still hope yet.
Glad to hear that. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have better places to be.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Brian. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to see you. Say hello to the royal family for me. Well, Mr. Blake, what can I do for you?
I have something to tell you.
Aha. You haven't come here to turn yourself in or anything like that, have you?
No, well, quite the opposite. In fact, I've come here to clear myself and racial Cory.
Sometimes wonder if that case is ever going to be closed.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you're the one that's keeping it open.
That's right, Mr. Blake. Until the very last detail is cleared up. Well, you have some information for me, yes?
I think so.
All right, well, let's hear it. Don't keep me in suspense.
Well, I thought you might be pleased to know that I've gotten my memory back.
Aha, well, that's very convenient.
Well, not all of it, but enough that might answer some of your questions.
Ah, well, continue.
You would really like to hang this on me, wouldn't you?
Not at all, Mr. Blake. I just want to see that justice is done. That's all I'm interested in. Well, what is this recollection that you've had?
I don't remember being shot. But I do remember somebody going through my pockets. Maybe taking my wallet.
Now, you remember the identity of this individual?
No. I remember there was a struggle, and there was a gunshot, and then he was lying on the ground. Maybe dead, I don't know. Then I left. And that's all for now.
Fascinating.
That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just that it seems a bit odd that that's the only little part that you remember out of your whole life.
Well, sometimes I'm very grateful to have even that little part. And in this case, I think it proves that my actions were in self-defense.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Miss Blake. I mean, here you're acting as defendant and jury at the same time. That's very clever of you.
And I think you're insinuating too much.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry.
I'll tell you again. I remember lying on the ground. I came to, someone was going through my pockets. I think they took my wallet. There was a struggle and a gunshot.
Uh-huh.
That's self-defense, no matter how you might want to look at it.
Except that's not quite the whole story, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I don't suppose you happen to remember just what you were doing in the barn in the first place. No, I thought not.
I went down to the police station and I read the report.
Good. Well, what do you think?
I am sorry, Mac. There are just too many questions that go unanswered.
What kind of questions?
First of all, I don't think that the investigation goes that deep. And secondly, the report never explains why there were so many accidents.
So what are you getting at?
Well, I don't think it's unusual that there are a couple of accidents on a major project like this, but Mac, between you and me, there's been more than a couple of accidents.
No, I certainly can't deny that.
And don't you think it's just a bit coincidental that Jamie was the one who was injured?
What do you mean about that?
He's your son, Mac. Now, if somebody wanted to get to you, for whatever reason, what better way than to go through Jamie?
So are you saying that you think someone is trying to sabotage the whole project? Not that the idea hasn't occurred to me more than once, believe me.
Mac, I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm just thinking aloud. Answer me a few questions, will you?
Sure.
In the first place, what was Jamie doing down there? I mean, isn't that a far cry from his normal publishing activities?
Yes, you're right. He was doing some investigating for me. As you say, there have been too many accidents. We wanted to get at the cause.
Now tell me, who knew he was there?
Well, quite a number of people. He spent a lot of time down there. His presence there wasn't that unusual.
And has he been able to explain the accident to you?
No, he hasn't. But witnesses say that a forklift was headed straight for him when one of the people who saw what was happening, fortunately, pushed him to safety.
Now, you're talking about that guy in the report, Sandy Alexander.
That's right.
And what about this Alexander guy? Has he been able to explain what's happened?
Well, he was questioned, but unfortunately, he suffered a very severe concussion. So he's pretty fuzzy about the whole incident.
He's not hostile, is he?
No, quite the contrary.
Well, do you mind if I question him?
Not at all. He's recuperating out at the house. The doctors didn't want him to get overly tired.
Don't worry, Mac. I'll be pretty easy on him.
I'm sure you'll cooperate. But what do you want to find out, Phillip?
I don't know, Mac. Something's just not right. I've got a feeling that there's a very big story here.
You okay, Blaine?
Sure, Joe, I'm fine. Why shouldn't I be?
You look kind of upset when I came in.
No, it's nothing.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
What are you working on there?
Those are the resumes for the escort service.
I thought you weren't working on the escort service.
I wasn't.
What happened?
I was asked to help Melissa.
By Jordan?
Yeah.
I thought he promised you wouldn't have to do that.
He did.
Why did he change his mind?
I don't know, Joey.
Did Jason go out of town?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably it. He wants you to fill in for him while he's away.
Well, he can't get back soon enough for me. I can't do this a minute longer.
Hey, take it easy. I mean, he just doesn't want the escort service, to get left while he's gone, that's all.
But I don't know that, Joey.
Look, don't get so upset. Why don't you go home and relax?
Relax. How can I relax in that house? It's a mausoleum. You can't relax there.
I thought you liked the place.
I do. I guess I just haven't gotten used to it yet.
Well, you can use my apartment if you want. It's quiet and nobody will bother you.
That's very nice, but it would really be too much of an imposition.
On who? There's nobody there.
Sounds pretty good. You sure you don't mind?
No way. Use it as long as you want.
I think I will do that. I'll get these back to you tonight, okay?
No sweat. That's an extra set of keys.
Thank you, Joey.
You just go get some rest, okay?
Where would you like to go tonight, Liz?
Oh, I'm not fussy. And anyway, isn't it proper for the gentleman to make those kind of arrangements?
If he hasn't run out of ideas.
You mean you've run out of ideas?
Oh, I imagine I'll think of something.
Are you two going out to dinner again tonight?
Was anything wrong with that?
No, but people are going to start thinking you're becoming an item.
An item? What a marvelous phrase. But it's nonsense. Not that I wouldn't be flattered.
Now, enough of that talk, Alice. You'll embarrass me. I hope we're not acting like teenagers.
Absolutely not. I think it's wonderful.
Which of these should I wear?
Well, are you going out tonight, too?
Yeah. My first date's in Chicago.
Oh, and who's the lucky young man?
Lee Hobson.
Ada's stepson?
Uh-huh.
Where are you going?
I don't know. He's going to surprise me.
Oh, that makes choosing an appropriate outfit a little difficult.
Oh, I don't know. I think it makes the evening something of an adventure.
Yes, but a little risky with a lady's wardrobe.
Well, if he's taking you out for a proper dinner, I'd say the sandals were perfect.
On the other hand, if you're going for a walk in the park, the other shoes would be better.
A walk in the park at this time of the year? Are you out of your mind?
All right. I see you people are going to be no help. I'll wear the sandals and help for dinner.
Oh, she's really getting back into the social swim fast.
Well, you certainly didn't expect a lovely young lady like that to hang around the house very long, did you?
No, I guess not. You know what's really strange about children?
I couldn't imagine.
Just when they reach the age where you can enjoy them and relate to them, they're never around. They're always on the run.
Well, maybe you wouldn't enjoy them as much if they were around all the time.
Well, I suppose that is one way of looking at it.
No, maybe it's the only way. Liz, we better be on our way. We'll be late for our reservation.
Oh, you mean to tell me you do know where we're going?
Of course. Men do make decisions, don't they?
Are you going to be all right, dear?
Oh, of course. I worked out at the Sporting Life after I left the hospital, so I can hardly move.
Don't wait up for us.
Are you kidding? I'm so sore, I'll probably collapse into bed the minute you leave. Good night, Liz. Have fun.
Thanks.
maybe it's time you thought about getting back into the social swim yourself.
Did Joey get here yet?
No.
Did he call?
No?
Well, he better get his butt over here real soon with those tickets, or I don't have a date.
If he said he's going to be here, he'll be here.
Well, I hope so. I called him over at the connection, but they said he already left.
So he's probably on his way.
Yeah. Well, Clarice, how do I look?
You look terrific, really you do.
Are you sure you're going to be all right by yourself?
Yes, I'm sure. You just go and have a good time.
I kind of hate to leave you home alone.
Listen, don't worry about me.
I wish you'd let me help, Clarice. Let me in on what you're feeling.
That's sweet of you, Lee, but I can't even sort my own feelings out.
I hope that's Joey with the tickets. Hey, it's about time you show up.
Hi, Clarice. How you feeling?
I'm fine.
Did you get them?
Get what?
What? The tickets for the Bay City Blues playoff game.
Oh, gee, kid, I'm
Oh,
real
no,
sorry, but you know I can
Joey.
only get you 2.
One of these days. What are you trying to do? Give me heart failure?
Hey, you have no faith. When Joey Perini says he comes through, he comes through.
Thanks a lot, Joey. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, first I give you heart failure, then I'm a lifesaver. Make up your mind.
Well, I'm off. This is the big one. I'll see you later.
Good luck. Mind if I hang around for a while?
Oh, sure, Joey.
I've been worried about you, Clarice. How you doing, really?
Good evening, Leigh.
Hi, Mrs. Frame.
Please, come in.
Thank you.
Sally's, not quite ready yet.
Oh, well, that's okay. We still have a few minutes here.
Oh, honey. You look wonderful.
You're not wearing that, are you?
Why? Don't I look okay?
You look great, but I just don't know how comfortable you're gonna be.
Comfortable.
We have got tickets to see the Bay City Blues.
What's that, a rock group?
A rock group? No, they're a hockey team, and a very good one. Tonight's the playoffs.
I've never been to a hockey game before.
You're kidding. Everybody's been to a hockey game.
Not me.
You'll have a wonderful time, Sally. Hockey games can be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm, but I'm not dressed right.
You'll be fine. Wear a warm coat.
Is this okay?
That'll be fine.
What time will you be home, hon?
Mother.
Just asking, not
I'm
telling.
18.
Just because you're 18 doesn't mean I stop being a mother.
I'll have her home by midnight, Mrs. Frame. I don't know about Sally here, but if I don't get my 8 hours sleep, I'm a wreck.
Thank you, Leigh. Honey, I'm really not checking up on you. It's just that I
worry. I know, Mom. If worrying was an Olympic event, my mother would be a gold medalist for sure.
Sally, I'm not that bad.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's kind of nice having someone to worry about you like that.
The novelty wears off real fast.
Well, give me a little credit. I mean, I am getting better.
Oh, not so you'd noticed. What did you do when I was in Chicago and you were here?
I worried. I wish I didn't, but I did.
Well, you shouldn't. I'm really quite capable of taking care of myself.
I know you are. And like I said, it is my problem, not yours.
Well, I think it's time we left. I don't want to miss the face-off.
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay. Bye, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
I'll bring her back in one piece.
Well, be careful.
That's music to a mother's ears. Good night.
Well, I'm exhausted every night, and that's just how I want it now.
How are things at the beauty shop?
Oh, they're fine.
Business picking up any?
It's getting busier every day.
And Ada's okay?
She's doing fine. I think she really likes it.
She's not overworking, is she?
No, no way. I think she's got us all exhausted.
Oh, that sounds like Ada, all right.
How's Rick?
Oh, he's good. I guess you heard he's interning in the emergency care unit.
No, I hadn't heard. Joey,
Yeah, Clarice.
I promised myself I wouldn't ask you.
It's okay.
How is he? How's Larry doing?
He seems to be doing fine.
I was hoping you'd say he was miserable. Pretty terrible thing to say, isn't it?
No, that's not a terrible thing to say.
If things are going well for him and he's happy at the arena, there isn't much chance he'll come home.
Hey, Clarice, that could still happen.
It's too late for Larry and me.
Hey, come on, it's never too late.
It is. Things too much has happened.
Don't give up now. You know, you and Larry had a great thing going for a long time.
I know. But he wants a different life, and he says we're on different roads.
Well, then you saw him.
Yeah. I saw him last week. He came over.
Well, that's a pretty good sign, don't you think?
Not really. Leigh and Blaine set it up.
What happened?
Nothing.
Did you two talk?
Just barely.
What did he say?
He said he likes his life the way it is, and that he wasn't coming home to Cory and me.
I can't believe that he would turn his back on you and Cory. I mean, that doesn't even sound like Larry.
I know. He's like a stranger. It's hard to believe that we had all those wonderful times.
I'm so sorry, Clarice. I wish there was something I could do.
Thanks, Joey. I miss him so much.
Hey, Jerry. Yeah. Yeah, how's it going? Have you seen Clarice? No, look, I understand. I'm not pushing you, really. Just whenever you get around to it, I'm just worried about her being alone this much. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. I miss her a lot. Okay. All right, thanks a lot, buddy.
Mom, I'm home. Oh, Leigh, I don't think I'm ever gonna be warm again.
Well, why didn't you tell me? You could have worn my coat. It's warmer.
Aren't you cold?
No. So if you want to wear it, go ahead.
No, that's okay.
You sure?
Yeah. But you really do get used to that kind of cold, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure. When you're down there on the ice, you get downright hot. Boy, that Turner guy was really fantastic, wasn't he?
Who's Turner?
You really don't know, do you? He was that guy that made that fantastic goal there in the third period.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Do you like their costumes?
Their costumes?
I mean, uniforms.
Yeah, they're okay.
Well, they're kind of baggy, aren't they? I mean, they all look like boxes.
That's because of all the padding.
Yeah, but football players wear padding too, don't they?
Yeah?
Why don't they look like boxes?
I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought of that.
I'm sorry I'm giving you such a rough time about hockey. It's just that I don't know anything about the game, but I'll learn.
Well, I guess it's pretty tough to understand your first time out.
Well, I'll get better, I promise.
You're already just fine. I had a great time tonight.
Did you really?
How about you? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed being with you.
Can I ask you out again?
Sure, I'd like that.
Good.
But can I ask you a favor?
Anything at all.
Next time, do we have to go to a hockey game?
Got scotch and soda there. Scotch and glass soda.
Well, this is a surprise.
Hey.
You've been somewhat of a stranger around here lately.
Ah, Jordan, I didn't want to wear out my welcome, you know.
You'd never do that.
Jordan, you have such a soft touch. Why don't you go into politics?
No, I don't much like kissing babies.
Small price to pay.
Well, anyway, we're glad to see you back. We missed you.
Thanks very much. Where's Blaine? I don't see her tonight. She got the night off?
No, as a matter of fact, she's at the Connection now. She's getting it ready for its grand opening.
I hope that's a temporary arrangement.
Why?
Well, Blaine's my good luck charm. Just don't feel comfortable there at the tables without her. So who's filling in for her?
As a matter of fact, it's her brother, Larry Young.
Ah, well, yeah. He's pretty snazzy in that tux, but no substitute for Blaine. Well, she gives the place class to her, you know?
I didn't know you were that attached to her.
Ah, yeah, she's a star attraction.
Well, listen, if you want to see Blaine, we're throwing a housewarming party next week. Why don't you plan on attending?
All right, yeah, thanks. It'd be nice. As long as you don't mind a DA standing around. Might cramp your style, do you think?
No, why should it? Besides, with you around, how much trouble can we get in anyway?
That's true, maybe. Well, not too much trouble, huh?
Maybe not, I suppose.
Jordan, is there anything else I can do?
No, that should be it for now. Listen, keep an eye on Colville over there. Looks like he's getting into the booze pretty heavy.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Well, Officer Ewing, huh? Oh, guess I can't use that anymore. It doesn't apply, does it?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to check the gaming room, see how much money I'm losing.
Well, Ewing, it's a nice outfit you got on. It's very flattering.
Thanks.
How do you like working here at the arena?
I like it just fine.
It's quite a change of pace from police work, isn't it?
Maybe, but it's interesting.
Well, you're a very versatile chap. You could always adapt to any situation.
I'll try.
I'll bet Commissioner Odell would be fascinated to learn about your new job. I mean, in view of your recent resignation.
Probably about as much as he would be to learn that the district attorney spends his evenings gambling.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.